Welcome back, yogis and yoginis, the evening edition of today's practice. I hope your day was as productive as mine. Now we look for a chance and a time to relax and de-stress. And yoga can offer us just that. Come to the top of the mat. Stand with your chest lifted, palms at the heart center. Close the eyes and begin breathing in and out through the nose. Long, slow, deep breaths. Let yourself completely relax after the whole day's events. We use the evening practice to prepare ourselves for sleep, but also prepare ourselves for the rest of the evening. Relax, to let go of any stress that may have accumulated throughout the day. And to do that, we start to follow the breath. With each breath, we feel more relaxed. We breathe in, we lengthen up through the crown of the head. We exhale, we soften and relax. Shoulders, arms. As you breathe, start to find your center. That point where standing becomes effortless. Bring your entire awareness, your entire focus to the breath. We're bringing our entire focus and awareness into the present moment. Again, letting go of the day past. And just devoting this next hour or 20 minutes to ourselves. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, release. Open the eyes. Bring the arms up. Little back bend. Forward bend. Halfway lift. And then hands and knees to child's pose. Reach forward. Let your head release. Deep breath. And again. Inhale, hands and knees. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Look forward, walk forward, halfway lift. Release, chest toward the legs. Come up with an inhale. You can bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Little back bend and forward bend. Nice and slow, release all the way down. Halfway lift. Plank. We lower to the mat. Little cobra and child's pose. Reach forward, deep breath. Inhale, come up, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Walk back to the front. Lift the heart halfway. Release and fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Nice and slow, swan diving. Release the head and neck. Then come up halfway. Stepping to plank. Again, we lower all the way to the mat. Just a little baby cobra. Taking it easy, winding down, push back to down dog. Press the hips up and back. Step the right foot forward between the hands and the right arm up. Inhale, reach through the fingers. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the hand down. Feet together. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And plank. Lower to the mat. You can lower in a plank, chaturanga, or drop your knees. But we're just doing little baby cobras. It's a way of relaxing, slowing things down. Down dog. Step the left foot between the hands, left arm up. Make any adjustment between your feet and your hands. Deep breath. And again. This feels good. Touch down, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale. Come up with an inhale. And fold. This next one, we're just going to sway side to side. Now you can bend your knees or have straight legs. You could let your arms dangle or grab your elbows. And then take a few deep breaths into your low back. Release, halfway lift, come down to hands and knees. Find the center of your mat. We're going to give our spine a little bit of love right now. From a table position, a neutral spine position, looking down. Inhale for cat and cow. We start with cow. Drop the belly, lift the chin. Look up. And exhale slowly into cat, tucking the tailbone, chin to the chest. Pause just for a moment, and then slowly lift your tailbone and look up with the eyes. Pause for a moment, slowly back to cat. And we pause. Slowly look up for cow. And one more time, coming into cat pose. And back to neutral, sitting back into child's pose. This time relaxing, soft, where we let our elbows to the mat. And be sure that your forehead can touch the floor. If not, you can use your fist or a block. We definitely want to be able to relax our neck. If there's one bit of tension in the body, in one part of the body, it's going to affect the rest of the body. So everything has to be able to relax. Bring the hands beside the knees. Come up. I'm going to turn this way so you can see a little better. Now we have this next one. We have two ways to sit. One would be like this, or you could sit cross-legged. Simple cross leg. This is hero pose. This next one, we're going to raise the right arm, drape it over the head, and bring the ear down toward the shoulder. Extend out through this arm and press through the heel. You can move this arm around a little bit to find that perfect spot. There's going to be a nice stretch, a de-stress, de-stress stretch. Running up the arm, through the neck. Move your head a little bit to, again, find that perfect spot. Release. And roll the shoulders back 2 or 3 times. Okay, left arm up. Drape it over the head and bring your ear toward the shoulder. Press through the heel of the palm. And again, make any little movements with the arm, with pressing through the heel of the palm or the head. To find that perfect spot where the stretch runs right up from the wrist all the way into the neck. Slowly release. Yes. Okay, coming back around to seated with the legs extended. We're going to press through our heels. First one here is a head to knee pose. It's a bent knee, forward bend. So bend your right leg. If you need to adjust your sit bones a little bit, you just lift up and down. This extended leg is straight, comes straight out from our hip. I'm going to start with a little preparatory twist. Take your left hand behind, lift the heart with an inhale, and then exhale. Okay, we're turning to look back. Yeah, all these moves feel really good today, depending on the kind of work you do, whether it's active or in outside or inside at a desk. All of this is going to feel really good. Come back to center, bring the arms up, inhale, and come straight forward. This is a forward bend, head to knee. If your head does not touch, no worries. But let your back round. See that? The back rounds and then the head releases. And then we breathe. Breathing is the most important part right here. It's not so important whether your head touches the knee, but the breath will facilitate the release, will facilitate the relaxation. All you have to do is breathe, and with each exhalation, there it goes. Start to release a little deeper. We're going to hold it just for a couple more breaths. Okay, reach forward. You reach through your fingers, extend through the fingers. Come up slowly and release. Extend the leg. Shake it out just a little bit. Sit tall. Okay, we're going to bend this left leg. And again, you can, I always find it necessary to just adjust a little bit. But this leg is extending straight out. And then this is our twist. A little preparatory, right hand behind, left hand on the knee, sit tall, and then twist, looking over the right shoulder. Take just a couple breaths. So we're doing two things. We're preparing for the pose, and we get a nice little twist out of it. Come back to center, bring the arms up, and again we want to come straight forward. Now it's called head to knee pose, but at this point, I'm just going to let my back round and the head release. Okay, you see it's not touching the knee, my head, that's okay. What's important now, again, working with the breath, and it's just, all it is breathing in and out. Deep breaths, but focusing on the exhalations. The exhalations are where we're going to release. We're going to be able to Okay, reach forward through the fingers, extend through the fingers. Inhale, come up. And release. Then this leg, press through the heels. Okay, we're going to start to come onto our back. First one pose. And I'm going to turn again and use, there's a little bit of a step here. Come into a bound angle pose where we lift our heart, press the knees, inhale, lift the heart with an inhale, exhale, press the knees down toward the floor and allow this inner groin area to soften and relax. Keep breathing, lift the heart. You also need to soften and relax the abdominal muscles as well as the inner groin to facilitate that stretch. And with just a little bit, a couple more breaths, keep pressing the knees down. Okay, now use your hands, bring the knees together. We're going to move into that same pose on our back. So if you need to come down first, bring the soles of the feet together. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let your belly soften, and let that inner groin area relax. In this case, I use gravity, the weight of the legs and gravity, to create the opening. We can still assist with the breath, create more relaxation. Every time you exhale, think about relaxing. And that relaxation is going to extend not just the inner groin, the belly, shoulders, the face, the arms. They all need to relax. They all need to release. Like I mentioned earlier, if there's tension in one part of the body, in any part of the body, it's going to affect the rest of the body. From here, we bring the knees together and come into happy baby pose. Okay, you grab hold of your use your two fingers and thumb to grab hold of your big toes. Grab hold of the outside of the foot. Maybe you just want to grab hold of your shins. Bring the knees toward the floor, toward the ground. Really important to soften and relax the belly. Take the same breaths, the same relaxing, softening breaths, focusing each exhalation into that inner groin, focusing each exhalation into relaxing, again, the whole body, not just the inner groin, but the belly, shoulders, the face, the arms. Everything has to relax. Right about now, you should feel your legs and your knees dropping just a little bit more, maybe just millimeters. For the work we're doing, that's significant. Okay, releasing from this pose, from happy baby, you're either going to do one of two things. Cross the ankle over the knee and pull the thigh toward the chest like this for pigeon pose on your back. Or, so if you have any knee issues, it's best to do pigeon on your back. Otherwise, come into a downward facing dog. Lift the right leg,
Bend the knee and open the hips. Deep breath. Exhale, another deep breath. This time bring your leg forward, bent knee. And take your time here. This is the most important part. Take your time right here in the setup. Getting the shoulders forward, lifting the heart, and then we release straight forward and come down. Okay, this is another place where you definitely want your forehead on the mat. So if your forehead doesn't touch, use a block or your fist. Okay, let's take a few breaths here. I'm going to hold this pose for about a minute to give you sufficient time to completely relax, completely soften. Use your breath and just melt yourself into the mat. Feel yourself real heavy and just like a blob of clay. Take just a few more breaths. Be sure to focus your breath into that outer hip or wherever you feel the tension. Try to create a little bit more release. Try to soften into that area a little bit more. Okay. Use your hands to push up slowly. And then step back, press back to downward dog. Deep breath. Okay, we take our left leg up, bend the knee and open the hips. Couple deep breaths. And then take the foot forward, the leg. Square up our shoulders. Press down to lift the heart. Get yourself adjusted and then come straight forward. Again, be sure that your forehead can touch and relax. Our first few breaths, we want to completely relax and soften our whole body. And then we start to focus a little bit more on that outer hip, relaxing and releasing into that outer hip. So let's take about a minute. Okay, take just a couple more breaths into that outer hip. Release a little bit deeper, and then press yourself up to seated. And back to down dog. So come to hands and knees and return to the mat. We're going to come back onto our back. I'll show you a way that I like to lower. With one leg extended, grab hold of a bent knee, and this way you have something to hold on to if you having trouble coming down slowly, come all the way down. We're going to give ourselves a little bitty back massage. And today we're going to make circles around the tailbone. So yeah, you pull your knees into the chest. Inhale the knees away. Exhale the knees into the chest. Inhale as the knees go out. Exhale as the knees come in. Again. Okay, let's go in the other direction. We're giving ourselves that little midi massage, not just of the muscles, but the organs in the lower back, kidneys and whatnot. Okay, come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Feet are about hip width. You're going to set up and do a moving, just a very easy bridge pose, basically more like hip lifts. So it's moving with the feet hip width. Lift the hips with an inhale and bring it down. Lift the hips and bring it down. One more time. Lift the hips and bring it down. This next pose is plow, and a lot of times I'll do plow with the wall about 2 feet away from me, so I can press my soles of the feet into the wall, thus creating what would be like a half plow. We're going to do plow and then shoulder stand or legs up the wall. Okay, so first we do plow, and you're going to interlace your hands. If you don't know this pose, it's better to be close to the wall and just do a half plow. Or if you may not be able to get into this pose, a half plow is actually really nice. And then from here, we come into either shoulder stand, and again, if you know shoulder stand and you'd like to do that, go ahead. Otherwise, legs up the wall. And if you don't, so if you have a wall, that's great. If you don't have a wall, use a block right beneath your tailbone. I'm using my fists, and it actually works pretty well. Okay, adjusting a little bit there. You could use a big book, like an encyclopedia, if you don't have one block. All you need is one block laying flat. So we have a few options here. We're either in shoulder stand, if you know that pose, but we all can do this pose. Even if you know shoulder stand, this is a little bit, or should I say less aggressive, just a little bit gentler. Try to find a spot in your house where you can do legs up the wall. Legs up the wall is a pose that can be done any time of day without warm-up, and you could do it even after you've eaten. So legs up the wall can be done any time of day. It's a great pose for improving circulation in your legs, in your lower legs. And in our case, as well as the circulation benefit, we also have the other benefit. This pose calms and quiets the mind. Okay, so this is the perfect pose to do before sleep. Even if you just do one pose before you go to bed, do this pose. This pose also helps with any kind of sleeping. problems. You want to hold this pose for about 3 minutes. That's the ideal amount of time to receive the benefits. And again, for us, for this moment, the most important is the calming and quieting effect it has on the mind. This pose is not only going to prepare us for the evening, it's going to prepare us for the Shavasana coming up right now. So release if you have a block. If you're in shoulder stand, come out slowly to this pose right here with the knees bent. Extend the arms to form a T. Inhale. Exhale the knees to the right. Look left. Deep breath. Exhale, soften, release. Inhale again deep. Exhale, soften the belly. One more time. Inhale deep. Exhale, soften the belly. Okay. Inhale the knees back to center. Exhale the knees to the left. Look right. Deep breath in. Exhale, soften the belly. Inhale deep. Exhale, soften. One more time. And soften. Come back up with an inhale. Grab hold of your knees. Exhale, head to knees. Okay, so we've just lifted our tailbone off the mat. As we bring our head to the mat and the feet down, our spine should be nice and long. Feet are on the mat. Now extend one leg at a time. Press through the right leg. Press through the heel. Bring it down. Extend the left leg. Press through the heel. Bring it down. Adjust your shoulders. Even adjust your clothing. Adjust your hair. Adjust whatever you need to be completely comfortable here for the next 4 or 5 minutes. Take one deep breath. And now, long, slow exhalation. Exhale as slow as you can. Your whole body completely relaxed. Slowly start to deepen the breath. So we keep our eyes closed. Start to bring awareness back to our body. Maybe move the fingers and toes a little bit. Bending the knees. off to the right side. Use your hands as a pillow. Yeah, the hands together as a pillow to relax a little. Again, right here, let yourself become completely soft. Now slowly open the eyes. And use your hands to come up to seated. Press up, come up slow. Let the head come up last. We come into seated. We come into a seated position. And again, take a moment to just reflect on the practice. What a beautiful way to end the day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.